So Sacramento will get the first possession. Now Sacramento starting 5. Up front it's Thompson and Cousins. McLemore is out there with Collison. And it's Gay in at the 3 spot. Now here's Collison. The drive by Cousins. 5 on the clock. The rebound by Johnson. Brooklyn with the ball. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
And that one's good. Williams has got the first basket of the game for the Nets. Darren Williams enjoying an efficient season, shooting the ball last year, 2013-14. Steve, his best field goal percentage in years.
Yeah, and over the last 2 seasons, his best consistent three-point shooting. So he's become a dependable threat from long range.
And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Garnett against Cousins. Garnett the pass to Johnson. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Last game for the Kings, they picked up the W against New York.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
Kings on D. Williams with the ball. Really had an off game against the Pacers. Never really got into his rhythm. Garnett, good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Garnett's got his first points in this one.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Outside Collison. And McLemore kicks to Cousins. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Sacramento was one of the teams in the West that really struggled against the Eastern Conference, and a lot of it had to do with their turnovers.
Second chance shot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
2 shots.
As you said, I mean, the Kings were one of the few West teams that struggled against the East. 13 wins out of conference, which was second lowest in the West.
As you mentioned, it was turnovers that really hurt the Kings against the East.
They did some things well and played their game for stretches, but when you turn the ball over like the Kings did, you have to play every other facet of the game perfectly to stand a chance.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Williams finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Williams has got his second bucket.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Now, here's Collison. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against New York.
Yeah, Kevin, he really set up shop at that foul line. I mean, they could not do anything with him defensively, and so they had to keep fouling.
1:35 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Karasov. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Karasov's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. So the Kings call timeout, their first. Well, Joe Johnson, a 14-year veteran. Most of our fans remember him back in Phoenix, probably the 4th best player on that team. Steve, just go back to that time. I mean, just scary.
Well, if the Suns could have kept him, you think about what might have been. That was a team that came very close for 4 or 5 years to being a championship team, but never got to the finals. So Johnson moved on to Atlanta, where he became an all-star. And you always wondered what might have been in Phoenix.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Carl Landry's checked in for Cousins. Evans comes in for Jason Thompson. Stauskas is checked in for McLemore. And Sessions subbed in for Darren Collison. Now here's Gay. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
and Joe Johnson in his second season in Atlanta averaging 25 a game, but that was 8 years ago. Last season, around 16 a game.
Here's Anderson, right now averaging 5 points a game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The Kings trail by 8. 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now here's Sessions, averaging 6 points per contest. And Carl Landry picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Well, you like it when a guy goes hard to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went right over his back on that one. Not a good play.
I think he was just over anxious that time.
Williams, he's checked in for Sacramento. Bogdanovich passes to Anderson. Here's Bogdanovich. The feed to Lopez. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Anderson outside. Fades and shoots. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
Welcome back, everyone, to lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, Clark and Steve, what do you guys think about what they have or haven't been doing?
And the defense has been key in building this lead. They've really clamped down hard.
They've done a nice job, Steve. I think challenging every shot, a hand up on every shot.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Sacramento, Carl Landry is out there with Derek Williams. Then there's Ryan Hollins. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Stauskas in at the shooting guard. Now here is Morris. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. He dishes it to Jack. The pass to Bogdanovich. The baseline J. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Darren Williams has been battling ankle injuries the last several years. It's taken not just a physical toll, but a mental one as well. As Darren has said, I used to step on the court and feel like I was the best player no matter who I played against. I've got to get back to that. Even if I'm not the best player on the court, I've got to feel like I am. Guys?
Certainly a player to root for. Thanks, Doris. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Lopez. Garnett comes in for Mirza Teletovic. And it's Johnson in for Bogdanovich. Williams, he's checked in for Jarrett Jack. Now here's Collison. Looking for his first basket still in this one. No one covering.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Last season, Darren Collison again backing up Chris Paul at point guard, Clark, and like he had in New Orleans, and again had to step in when CP3 went down with injury.
And you know, Chris Paul joked that Collison might be bad luck for him, but it was really fortunate for the Clippers. They had a quality backup in Collison, ready to fill in when Paul went down with the injury.
Loved the interior passing. He knew exactly where to go with that ball.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Sacramento. Outside Collison. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. To the inside, there's McLemore. Good, and the assist goes to Collison.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Tortoise-like. Wow, Clark. Yeah, they're putting it together, but still trailing. Their offense is finally getting some traction.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Well, Ben McLemore seen as perhaps a steal when the Kings selected him 7th overall in last year's draft, but his rookie season was a colossal disappointment, defensively and offensively. He really struggled to contribute.
Now, here is Morris. Johnson goes in. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Plumlee's got 4 this quarter.
He never gives up on a missed shot. He feels like every one is his, and that tip in paid off for him.
Cousins with a screen for Collison. Gay in the corner. And McLemore, an excellent shooter in one season that he had at Kansas.
And you combine that with his athleticism, Kevin, and he's got tremendous upside. That's why he was so highly regarded as a prospect.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Nets.
Well, they've come out of that locker room with a hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Karasov's checked in. Now here's Williams. Right now averaging 15 points a game. Looks for Garnett. He gets it to him. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. The Kings trail by 8. McLemore with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Nobody near Gay. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Gay's got 7 points.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Garnett with a screen on Collison. Kicks it to Karasov for 3. Rebounded by Thompson. The Kings have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Well, a break on the floor, so let's talk about the league's small forwards, shall we, for a second, and see which of them have led the league in free throw shooting this season. In the third position, Rudy Gay.
Well, there are some smooth strokes among that group, guys. What else can you say?
As a coach, you want your small forwards to be aggressive in getting to the basket. I mean, that's a must. And with these players, whether they draw the foul or get a layup out of it, it's a win-win.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Garnett. Williams kicks to Garnett. Nice D from Cousins. The Kings trail by 6.
Brooklyn Nets going all in last season, a record $89 million in luxury tax payments on a mission to win a championship. Of course, it didn't happen, but the question is, where do they go from here?
Now here's Cousins. Following the shot by Rudy Gay. They shoot again. And Cousins gets it to go. Now just a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
And, you know, for the Nets, between their trades with the Hawks and the Celtics, they've actually traded away most of their draft picks through 2018. So, you know, what you see is pretty much what you're going to get with this group.
And you remember the Nets owner guaranteed a title within 5 years. That's this postseason. Said if he failed, he'd punish himself by, Steve, getting married.
Sure his future wife appreciates that comment.
Yeah,
but,
really.
I don't know. Maybe he's a romantic at heart, Kevin, or maybe not.
What a way to get your marriage started.
Yes. Now here's McLemore, averaging 12 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up, high post. Misses off the right eye. Nets leading by 6. Darren Collison pulls it in. Collison's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Pass to McLemore. Gay dishes to Cousins. Here's Evans, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Nets lead by 4. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Joe, throughout the first half, you guys seem to have an enhanced intensity on offense as well as on defense. Which was the primary focus for you guys so far?
It's been a little bit of both, but we just got to communicate, you know, talk defensively, get stops, and get out of the run.
So much of defense about communication, Joe. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
Yeah, he had a sensational first half, which was made, I think, even more significant given the amount of extra defensive help was paid to him.
Yeah, but for him, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, we don't expect anything less. And I'll bet he continues to do the same kind of damage through the final 2 quarters.
Garnett out there with Plumlee. Then there's Sergei Karasov. Then it's Johnson, and it's Williams at the point guard position. So that's the group for Lionel Hollins as we begin the second half.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness. It's now been 8 years since the Kings have played postseason basketball, and the path back to the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference, is not getting any easier anytime soon.
Here is Collison. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. Feeds it to McLemore. Gay outside. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. There's the dish to Cousins. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Coach Lionel Hollins helped define the Grizzlies' grit and grind style and was asked if he'd replicate it with the Nets. He said, quote, "We're going to be aggressive and tough. We'll play together and never quit. But how our style will be is up to the group. The key is creating a system that fits them and allows them to excel." Kevin, back to you.
As a coach, you've got to adopt your talent, Doris. Thanks. Here's Thompson. Cannot hit. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Now here's Williams. He's got 8. Dishes to Plumlee. Outside Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Plumlee, the pass to Johnson. And Karasov kicks to Johnson. He feeds it to Williams. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That'll be his second foul of the game. So both teams making some changes here. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only 1 make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Stauskas.
Ramon Sessions, an erratic outside shooter over the course of his career. He's had some seasons where he shot over 40% on threes, but last year in the low 20s. But his real knack is for drawing fouls. Really good at penetrating, drawing contact, and getting himself to the line.
And Brooklyn has possession. Sacramento able to drain the 3. Shot clock at 6. Anderson passes to Bogdanovich. And again, it's the Nets missing.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
And Sessions, for his career averages, about 7 free throw attempts per 40 minutes.
And Kevin, a good shooter at the line as well, 80% overall. Free throws not the most exciting part of the game, but they help you win.
Jack against Sessions. Here's Bogdanovich, averaging 8 points a game. Here's the teardrop, and that one's good. Bogdanovich has got the game tied up here for the Nets. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Looking at the Kings over the last month, let's see how they stacked up in the league statistically. 10th in field goal percentage, 12th in scoring, and they're in the top half of the league in shooting from deep as well. This is a strong suit for this team, knocking down those shots from behind the arc.
And they've shot the ball pretty well. You talked about that field goal percentage, and I think it just shows that they're playing well together, they're playing hard, and they're playing well at both ends of the floor, because in order to have a good field goal percentage, you have to play good defense as well.
.109 left in the third quarter, and that one's good. Sessions.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, but the offense really clicking here.
Sacramento making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. We'll take a look at the Warriors. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball, game in and game out. And, of course, there's the Kings, just way behind.
Well, I think for Sacramento, they've really struggled much the same way they did a year ago. It just hasn't gotten much better for them.
Clark, for me, they didn't show a whole lot of fight when the tide turned against them, and that's what the NBA is all about. It's about getting off the mat, because adversity is going to hit every single team. It's always how you respond that's important.
And he makes both free throws.
Well, you can count on him, can't you? He seems to knock down free throws consistently all game long.
Now Sessions. Passes to Stauskas. And here's Sessions. He kicks it to Cousins. 6 to shoot. Williams against Lopez. Stauskas off target from three-point range. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Lopez dishes to Jack. Lopez kicks to Bogdanovich. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Lopez inside. He's guarded by Cousins. The shot's good from Lopez. Here's Williams. Cousins with a screen for Sessions. The kick out to Williams. Here's Landry. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night. Three-quarters of play in a close game here. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 2. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Yes, sir.
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie and the truck, for showing it. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. They've got Ben McLemore. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Evans. And there's Collison. And it's Gay in at the small forward position. Evans a screen on Johnson. Gay passes to Evans. 14 feet away. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Nets with the lead. Plumlee with it. Picked up by Collison. Sacramento grabs the miss. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
No doubt the Boston fans want to see the Celtics take that one.
Now here's Cousins. The stupendous finish in traffic. Cousins has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Kings. Cousins has gone 3 for 7 from the floor so far tonight. Williams attacking. The feed to Plumlee. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Mason Plumlee was a tad old for an NBA rookie last season. He turned 24 in March. That perhaps affected his draft stock, but it certainly got him to the NBA with an NBA-ready frame. And I like his mobility and quickness as a big man.
Jason Thompson is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins.
And Plumlee's role on the Nets, attacking the rim, converting at over 70% at the basket last season, and an overall field goal percentage of almost 66%. Excellent efficiency.
Here's Williams. Sacramento making their last shot. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Stolen by Collison. And the Kings pushing it up now. Collison with the ball. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Kings making a switch here. Hollins is checked in. Mason Plumlee a pleasant surprise with his shot blocking last season.
Yeah, he doesn't have super long arms, but he's got major bounce ability, and that served him well as he transitioned from college, where he wasn't a huge shot blocker, to the NBA, where he's shown some prowess in that area.
Here's Karasov, back to Johnson. It's stolen by McLemore. Left side, Collison. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Back to Gay. There's the pick. He dishes it to Hollins. 6 on the shot clock. Sacramento again missing.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim. That's exactly what he can give you.
Here's Karasov. Will it go? Goes to the reverse layup and taps it in.
Unbelievable basket. What a huge height disadvantage. I thought for sure it would be blocked.
Not this fella, Steve. Not at this stage of the game. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way.
DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for the Kings. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Tyrone Corbin was going over with his team. As this game approaches its finale, the outcome's still undecided. He told them, "We're not far, fellas. It's within reach. Seize the moment and walk away with a win." Guys?
Now here's Collison. No luck. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. It's Williams with the drive. And Butler kicks to Johnson. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Outside Collison. Cousins with a screen for Collison. And there's the pass to Cousins. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Cousins has got the lead up to 5 now for the Kings. Timeout called the Nets. They trailed by 5. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter of this one. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Williams. Garnett with a screen on Collison. Williams kicks to Garnett. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
And both free throws good from Garnett.
They really had to have those free throws. It's down to a 1-possession lead.
Kings leading now by 3. Outside Collison. Kicks to Cousins. Johnson against Gay. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Cousins. Garnett grabs the board. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Johnson dishes to Williams. Garnett with the screen for Williams. Money! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
We're seeing the red-hot version of Darren Williams right now.
Outside Collison. Rudy Gay on the wing. Thompson passes to Collison. And McLemore kicks to Gay. Cousins inside. Working on Plumlee. Oh, hammered! And he'll go to the line.
Well, they had a foul to give, but they couldn't get it done before that shot attempt.
Yeah, and giving up free throws isn't ideal here, Steve. You know that, but at least they got the clock stopped.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 2. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're losing by 2. 29 seconds left in the fourth. Shot Game clock separated by 5. Williams against Collison. Garnett with a screen on Collison. Williams attacking. Again, the miss by Williams.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 3-point lead.
A chance to tie it up, Clark.
A 3 would make it happen.
Pass to Karasov to tie it up. Misses the 3. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
That may be the knockout blow, guys. Those free throws would seem to have put this one away.
So the Kings win it. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I'm here with Darren Collison. And Darren, this was a game that saw you trailing by double digits, facing an uphill climb. What did Coach say to inspire the team to come back?
Well, good teams don't lose their poise. We understand that sometimes there are going to be games like this, but the most important thing is we just got to get the win.
You did a great job playing through adversity, Darren. Nice win. Gentlemen?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Rudy Gay.